Well, good evening, everyone. It's so beautiful to see all of you this evening. I'm going to get us started by turning our opening and welcoming to our fantastic leader, Bryn Stiles. Bryn, welcome. Nice to see
Thanks,
you tonight.
Tracy. And it's great to see all of you and so many familiar faces from both zones, actually. It's just wonderful to see you. Thank you for joining this meeting this evening to give you an update on that Tracy and Marilyn are going to give you on the Calgary Convention. First off, I want to thank Tracy and Marilyn for the work they've done. They've been tireless in promoting the Calgary Conventions across the two zones. So thank you, Tracy and Marilyn, very, very much. I know many of you have been to a convention before, and the Calgary Convention, we all say they're going to be unique, but the Calgary Convention is definitely going to be unique. It's for those that have been to Calgary, I say it's a city with a small town feel. The people make you feel so welcome. It's not like the big cities of Toronto, etc. It's easy to get around, and the people are so friendly. We've been working hard on the program for the convention. We've got some great speakers lined up. The trouble with speakers is that they say, yeah, I'll come, I'll commit, but they have to sign a contract before we can actually put their name in lights. And so we're waiting for a few contracts to be signed before we can highlight who the speakers are going to be. But we've got some great speakers. I know Tracy and Marilyn were talking about some of the HOC events coming up. They look just great. They're so Calgary when I look at them. It's just going to be so much fun. The convention, we've got the speakers, we've got the breakout sessions. We had a record number of applications for breakouts. We had over 360 applications for breakout sessions, and we could only pick 70. So you can imagine that you're going to get the creme de la creme for the breakout sessions when that happens. The Calgary itself, the restaurants are incredible. For our American friends online, with the way the Canadian dollar is right now, we're actually almost paying you to come. It's it's very advantageous to you, so please come on down. For the Canadians, I do realize that the registration is in American dollars, but once you get to Calgary, it's all Canadian dollars, so you're at even par. So it's a great time to come. So I encourage you to come. We've been working hard now for, well, over 2 years, but Calgary actually received the okay to have the convention about 8 years ago. So the HOC, the Host Organizing Committee, has been working at it for almost 8 years, and it's just going to be a phenomenal event. So I encourage you, if you're registered, thank you. If you haven't registered, please do so. And it's always more fun when you bring your friends, bring your club members, your friends. How you get here, is up to you. You're basically all local, US and Canada. So it's easy to fly into Calgary. Many of the US cities have direct flights, so come on in. So Trace, Marilyn, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I actually have to run. I've got another meeting to go to, but I wanted to thank you all for being on the call. And to some of the people who I know on this call, Rob Galloway, try smiling occasionally. It helps. So so thanks. I could say the same for Doug Vincent, but there you go. So thank you all, and I look forward to seeing you all in Calgary. Thank you very much.
Oh, Bryn, thank you so much. We're so grateful. You have a great night tonight, and we're going to see you in Calgary because you're Alberta bound. Take care. Well, it's so great to see everyone with us tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're absolutely excited to spend the next little bit of time with you. We do plan to close up our meeting by the top of the hour, so this is your hour to spend with us. We do have some updates, so we do ask, please, everyone, do take a moment to ensure you're on mute. That helps to ensure everyone that is with us tonight has the best experience possible. Apologize. I'm learning to use a new screen and it just did something funny on me. So I'm just going to move us ahead. All right. We are so close. We are only 101 days until we are all gathering in Calgary, all to enjoy this moment in time. So tonight we have heard from you. There are some various questions. And so we want to cover those tonight and share time with you to go through the questions, to explore. But we're going to first present to you some of the findings based on the questions we've heard to date. We're going to talk about the convention experience. We're going to also touch on accommodations, what's available, signature events, as Bryn just mentioned. This is your time to come gather and experience the Calgary hospitality. And we've got members from our HOC team to share with us. We also have host hospitality. I look at it as like it's who's coming for dinner or who's coming to dinner type of aspect. There's opportunities to be involved not only as an attendee, but to volunteer. And we do have a call of action for you and just some resources we're going to share as well. So let's get started. So, as we get started tonight, what's really important for all of us is to share the most amazing experience possible is going to happen in Calgary. This is your opportunity to connect, to meet with people from all around the world, your fellow Rotarians who are working hard to ensure that there is a difference made in communities. It's where we share, we learn, we have the opportunity to just really refresh and explore what is happening within the Rotary world. But also, I know for myself, I want to be a better Rotarian. And how else? By learning and sharing with others. So, this is our opportunity to learn about new opportunities, ignite opportunities, but also to introduce some of our new members to Rotary to be part of it. How many new members do we know that we have within our clubs? Or maybe some of you tonight are new members. So imagine this could be the first Rotary experience for someone. And so think about the opportunities of what you can create for yourself and also for others when you invite them to be part of this magical experience. And I say magical because we are all part of the magic. And this team here in Calgary has been working hard with Rotary International to create something that's going to align with all of us. You as Rotary family members, but also each and every one of us as Rotarians. So can't miss out on the opportunity though to talk about we're going to have fun too as well. So you want to be there.
Tracy, there's some gray boxes covering the slides. Is that something you can fix?
How is that? Is that better?
Yes.
Yeah, that
Beautiful.
box is usually caused because you've got a dialog box open on your screen.
Thank you so much, everyone. Fantastic, Doug. All right, so let's go back, keep going here. So part of what we have up and coming is also we're going to be the largest event that is going to be firstly held in the BMO Center. And so when you think about what this represents, this is a new facility that is right on the Stampede grounds, and it is top of the line, most amazing facility that will entertain us and keep us into the whole ambience of what's taking place within the convention. The BMO Center will host all of our breakout sessions, our House of Friendship, etc. But we also have so many other venues that we're using on the Stampede grounds. Now, if you've never been to the Stampede grounds, they are one of the most enjoyable experiences ever. There is nothing, in my belief, like this around the world because it's easy to access. You're able to access through all the trains. You're able to access through all of the freeways coming close by, and it is user friendly for all, and it's accessible and easy to maneuver. So during the conference, Everything formally will start on the 22nd, but you've got to be there. And we're going to learn more about it here shortly, about the grandstand show that starts on the 21st. But as you can see, there's also some pre-conference activities that start on the 21st. So we invite you to look at, as you register, look at those events. And you're going to hear more about the host hospitality and some of the other signature events shortly. But as you can see, you're going to have a full schedule of learning and experiencing together with fellow Rotarians. Now I'm going to turn it over to a couple of our HOC members. We've got Miriam and Darcy that have joined us. Miriam, over to you.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, everybody. And thank you for spending time with us. We've got lots to share with you, but also if you have questions that you want specifically answered, please put them in the chat, because my colleague Darcy is also, we're tag teaming a little bit here to try and answer anything that you want to know. I would just say that I've lived here for 43 years. I came here as a young adult, and it's been my home all that time. I've had a long professional career, but I also have lived here, and I actually ranch here, believe it or not. I have a ranch outside of Waterton Lakes, which leads me to one of the things that if you get a chance to see the Peace Park between Waterton and Glacier, are two amazing countries. You get a chance to see that Peace Park. So consider that for time that you spend. Do try to come on the Saturday night, be in Calgary for Saturday. The grandstand, which there was a picture briefly that we had playing. Oh, I see that dialogue box. But some of these pictures actually do represent part of what you're going to see. You won't see the chuck wagon, but what you see in that top picture, you will see incredible Indigenous performance, including the Indian relay race, which they actually will qualify at that event for the Stampede. So you're going to see something that literally you will never see anywhere else. It's incredible. I'm going to tell you, it's exhilarating and terrifying all at the same time. But it's general admissions and it's very economically priced. Please think about gathering your teammates or friends or people from your district, and then, you know, enjoy each other's company in the grandstand seating area, and enjoy that with fellowship. Other things you want to think about in the Saturday night is see if you can maybe find yourself a white hat, and that is on our HOC website. We want to do this as a soft launch for the convention and have everybody in the white hat, which is symbolic for us, for hospitality. I know it is in a lot of other places, but for us, the white hat really does mean hospitality. And it is actually by a local company that's been around for 100 years. And anybody that's got a Western background knows these things are really close to our soul. And even though I'm implanted 43 years ago, I feel that. Other things you might enjoy. We have an incredible music center, which for some of you might be of the era, or like it like I do, of the Rolling Stones. The mobile recording studio is actually in that same building. It's only about a 10-minute walk from this complex. Things like, that's the Bell Studio you see under Contemporary Canada. That's part of the music center, and right beside it is our historical King Eddie Hotel, which has that the Rolling Stones bus contained inside of it. Other things you might want to see are incredible mountains, which we always talk about, places like Banff. But what you might also not know about Calgary is that a river runs literally through our city. And that river is glacier fed. It's also contained on both sides of the longest walking and bike pathways in North America. So when you're downtown, you can literally walk to the river and stroll along and enjoy yourself if you want nature right in the heart of our downtown. Other things are the Royal Tyrrell Museum, one of the most incredible places you could ever see dinosaurs, literally about an hour and a half. So there are many things, and if you've got some specific things you want to know, put them in the chat and we'll try and guide you to them. Yeah, things right there, like the urban nature. We've got lots of breweries and distilleries all over. golf, if anybody likes golf, a few of us on this call do. There are public and semi-private courses all throughout the city, but also some incredible ones that you wouldn't normally get a chance to do as the public in Kananaskis. So there are 2 that are owned by our provinces, our province out in the Kananaskis for golfing, and you can maybe try and get a tee time there. Darcy, anything you want to add in on? No? Anybody got anything you want to know? You got a passion for, put it in the chat and we'll try and answer it for you, okay?
So it's back over to me, Marilyn Bedell. You'll notice that my hat doesn't match theirs because mine I got in Calgary in 1979. So the very first time I ever went to a stampede was one of the most memorable things in my life. So I encourage all of you to come to get a flavor for what this city is all about. So I'm going to talk just for a few seconds about getting around. We know that both Air Canada and WestJet are offering some discounts to people to flying into the city. And you'll be getting this, so you'll get the links so that you can look for where there are direct flights coming from the United States in particular and all over Canada, where you won't have to change flights if you want to come to the convention. Airport access is a quick 20-minute drive from downtown with options to take taxis, limousines, rideshare, and public transit. If by chance you're staying at one of the airport hotels for the convention, there will be buses provided to bring you into the campus for the convention. And if for some people who are driving like me, there are many places where you can cross the border. Just be nice to those people who are managing our borders. Also, the other thing that's your registration has paid for you to get complimentary transportation on any of the public transportation throughout the city. When I was there last on a friendship exchange, it was the best way to get into the Stampede grounds. It only took a few minutes, and we had great fellowship on the train, and I encourage you to take advantage of free transportation. Next. So if you're not registered, now's the time to do it. This is the last time this month to get a discount on registration. Registrations will go up to full price as of the 1st of April. If anybody on this call has said that they were going to the convention, but you haven't paid, Tracy in particular would love for you to get that off your to-do list. She's trying to figure out how many buses do we need to get all of us from all the various locations into the Stampede grounds. So, and other people on the convention committee really need that information so that they can plan and be able to accommodate all of our needs. So if you're hanging out there not registered, please get that payment into Rotary International. If you've signed up already for registration to the convention and you're wondering, did I really do that? What you need to do is sign into My Rotary. When you get to the My Rotary page, you'll get to the events. There's an events tab. If you click on it, there's a drop-down menu. You click on the convention. When you get to the convention page, re-click on registration and all your registration information will pop up. It's right there for you to see. If you ask Tracy or I if you're registered, we may know that if you gave permission for your email to be shared with others at the convention. If you check the box that you did not want your email shared, we won't be able to tell you that. So you need to find that through My Rotary. Next. Accommodations. Housing has been a challenge for some people, but the Rotary staff at Evanston is working hard to make sure we have hotels available to us. A lot of districts booked out a lot of rooms back in Singapore, and we're getting to the deadline where they need to make a decision. Is somebody going to occupy that room or do they need to release it? So if you go out to the RI site and you're not seeing many hotels, keep checking back because rooms are going to become more available as people turn in rooms. Also, there is a non-Rotary block site that they've given us access to where you can make reservations. Just work really hard to make sure you're near the advanced transit line so that you can either come in on the C train or on a bus or or within walking distance of one of the hotels that will have bus transportation. But the best deal in town, there are two higher learning institutes, the Institute of Technology and Mount Royal University, who have made available to us some dorm rooms. They're individual bedrooms that lock, so it's your own locked room. You would share a bathroom and a common seating area, but you can stay at Mount Royal University for $60 a night plus parking. And the Institute of Technology, 120 for 2 beds. So again, 60, and that's Canadian dollars. So if you're looking to save money, that's one way you can do it. But I think these rooms are going to go fast because we've been, we offered them first to folks in Alberta, and now it's being opened up to everyone in Canada and Zone 32. And if we're not taking them, they're going to release them to other people. So sign up quickly. Next. Back to signature events. I think that's someone else, right, Tracy?
It is Miriam and Darcy. Over to you.
Darcy, do you want to take this one?
Sure. Yeah, so the signature events are where the fun is at. And so we're going to work all day and then we're going to have fun every night of the convention. So we're just in the process of refreshing our website. And when you get a chance to go check it out, you're going to see the signature events organized by day, and everything starts Saturday night with the Grandstand Spectacular. And as Miriam mentioned earlier, you want to be in Calgary by about 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock on Saturday because you don't want to miss the Grandstand Spectacular. If you've heard of the greatest outdoor show on earth, that's Calgary Stampede, you're going to get a taste of Calgary Stampede on Saturday night. We're kind of calling it the unofficial opening of the RI convention. And so please make sure that you get your tickets for the event. Make sure you book your flights accordingly so that you don't miss out. Sunday, we actually have 2 events going on. We've got a rock and roll show highlighting Canadian musical talent over the last 50 years. And so we've got that event playing. And at the same time, we have an Indigenous event with the Calgary Philharmonic, I want to say Philharmonic Orchestra. Do I have that right? Perfect. So you have some choice on Sunday between the 2 events that you'd like to attend. The thing that we're really excited about, well, we're really excited about everything, but so the other thing we're really excited about is on Monday night is Host Hospitality Night. So we hosted this convention in 1996, and we started Host Hospitality for Rotary International Conventions. And what we're working on right now is opportunities for you to hang out with Rotarians for an evening. Some Rotarians are going to host you in their homes. That's how this got started in 96. Some Rotarians from outside of the city are going to host you at events around the city, and some of those clubs are going to take you outside of the city to give you a Western Canadian experience. And so if you haven't had a chance to sign up for Host Hospitality, this is going to be the best deal of the convention. $50, get fed, and everything's included. So what we're doing as Rotarians in District 5360 is we're hosting you for dinner. The $50 cost is to move you around, get you to your event, get you back to your hotel. And either us as Rotarians or our clubs are going to be taking care of your dinner and serving you a good home-cooked meal. Tuesday is the last official signature event night, and that one is going to be the Western Ranch Showcase. So you get a flavor of what it's like to be a cowboy at the Grandstand Spectacular. Then you get to be a cowboy or a cowgirl on Tuesday night at the Western Ranch Showcase, which is going to be at the Nutrien Western Event Center, which is on the convention campus. So I'm chatting with Janelle in the chat, who says she wants to come and dance. She wants music and dancing. I'm giving you a link right now to the website so you can watch the video and get your tickets. There'll be music, there'll be dancing. There's just going to be a lot of fun with our signature events. And of course, the thing you need to do is when you buy your ticket for the Grandstand Spectacular, Tracy's got the famous white hat slide up on the screen. You need to buy your famous white hat. And one of the things that we do in Calgary is we have a white hatter ceremony. So we do it for all dignitaries that come to town. You're going to be a dignitary. We're going to white hat everybody that shows up at the Grandstand Spectacular. So make sure you order your white hats before you come to the convention, and you'll be able to pick them up at the registration desk. So we're here to have fun. We're going to do some work during the day and party at night. That's what we do in Alberta. So looking forward to seeing you all.
Darcy, I'm so excited for what Calgary is going to be presenting to our amazing Rotarians from all around the world. And for those as well that are interested in the Beyond Borders event, that's also another amazing opportunity to gather, which will be held on Monday, June 23rd as well. And will be held at the Calgary Zoo. So if you're interested in that as well, you're going to have the links here when we provide you with a document at the end of today's discussion where you can access all of the details about these different events that we're noting. Darcy, I think you've covered this one. Is there anything else that you'd like to note on the host hospitality before we move on?
Sign up fast.
All right. And I agree. I need those numbers to know how many buses we need. I'm waiting. Over to you, Darcy, too, as well. We know the importance of bringing people in to support us.
Yes. So one of the things, I think we all understand that putting on an event of this scale takes a lot of volunteers. We need 2,000 volunteers from start to finish. We've got an amazing volunteer committee that's putting all of this together. Of course, Rotary International has probably recruited some of you or some of your colleagues to volunteer as part of the program. We're looking for volunteers as well to help us from standing at hotels and helping guide people around to maybe greeting people at the airport or helping us on transit to try to get people where they need to go. So there is going to be a lot of opportunity for Rotarians to volunteer and be part of Calgary. Shifts are going to be 4 hours long. We're asking people to get their names on the volunteer list. I think recruitment's been going quite strongly for volunteerism. That's what we do as Rotarians. In April, we'll start assigning out the volunteer activities. We'll be giving people the opportunity to choose the locations and shifts they want to be part of. And of course, you're going to get decked out in volunteer gear. So we'll have some clothing and attire for you to show that you are volunteers. You'll get I think you get white hats, Miriam, before, but you're going to have a special band around it. It's going to be a blue band because blue is the color of Calgary. And so we're looking forward to getting people involved. So you go to, I know we're going to have the website up here. There's a link there for you. But if you go to Rotary Calgary 2025, everything you need to know about the convention can be found on that site, including how to volunteer.
Fantastic. Marilyn, over back to you.
So your call to action is, if you're not registered, please get registered. If you are registered, think about those host organizing committee activities that you want to participate in and get your tickets now. Don't get disappointed because something sold out because you waited too long. Again, host hospitality night is one of the most inexpensive things you can do in the evening. And in my history of being at Rotary Convention, it is one of the best things you can do. The other thing is, if you're more interested in going to Beyond Borders dinner, please get yourself signed up. It's my understanding your ticket will let you into the zoo at 3 o'clock and the meal will be somewhere around 5 o'clock. At least that was the plan that we heard from Chris Etienne yesterday. So anyways, we're going to give you all the links, but as Darcy was saying, if you need information, start out with the host organizing committee site. It has a link that will take you back to the RI registration page. But on the host organizing committee page, you'll find the signature events, you'll find host hospitality, and basically how to buy your white hat. So go there and then start exploring. And if you're having problems finding something, Tracy and I are here to help you. We're more than willing to field questions. You just need to reach out to us, and we're certainly listed on the Zone 2832 webpage as your contacts. So you can find links to get to us there. And again, Tourism Calgary, also, if you're trying to figure out what else you want to do in the area, they've been great helpers to us And I can just tell you from my time in Calgary, it's just not the mountains, it's just not the prairies, it's a little bit of everything. And it's a wonderful place to visit, and it's just a grand time. So please, please get involved and please come.
Marilyn, I'm so love your enthusiasm and your energy. And as you can feel from Marilyn, myself, from Darcy, from Miriam, we are so excited to have you join us. We're going to add a little information sheet for you into the chat in just a moment, as soon as I turn off the screen sharing. And this is a fantastic resource that Miriam and Darcy have built to support you to have the links to everything you need just to quickly get those details. And as Marilyn just mentioned, visit the Rotary Calgary 2025.org website. It is your place to go. We are so excited to have you join us. Join us in this experience, join us in the magic, but most importantly, join us in the fellowship and the sharing, because we are all so excited to be able to have this opportunity to come together. We are a family. We're a family of Rotarians, and it is so beautiful that we have opportunities like this to do so, and it's easy to do. Calgary is so close to all of you. It's easy to access, and we're excited to have you. And we're going to have a little bit of fun when we're together. So I'm going to stop sharing now because I'm mindful there's some questions. I haven't been able to follow the chat. So I know, Darcy, you've been watching and others. So I am hoping that we can look at the chat here for a few minutes and also really look at some of the questions and be sure you have the tools you need when you leave today. Wow. So I'm just going to mute people, and if you can use the hand, if you have a question here that we haven't addressed, if you can use the hand feature in the reactions, then we can also just have some dialogue together as well.
So just watching a few of the questions, Tracy, I've been posting in the chat for those that are following. Airlines, people are asking about airline discounts. Air Canada and WestJet are offering airline discounts. You can find that information today. You can find it on the Rotary International site under travel discounts. But in the next few days, the HOC's website is going to have everything you need to know, including information on the airlines. And for our American friends, what we're doing is we're putting some information on the HOC site that tells you which cities in the US have direct flights into Calgary to try to make it really easy for you to plan your trip.
It's there, Darcy. It's already there.
Oh, is it there? Okay.
Yeah, it's been there for a while.
Transportation. There it is. There's a tab called Transportation that has all that information on it.
Yeah.
So you just want to go to Rotary Calgary 2025. That is your one-stop shop for all the information you're going to need on the convention.
Yeah. Can I just make a comment from a personal note? I've been to about, I think this is going to be my 14th convention. I come from a Rotary family. I've taken my elderly parents literally around the world. And one of the things I want people to know is that at this convention, everything about mobility are things we care about. I really do believe that for those who maybe have some concerns about that, I think you're going to be fine, and we're going to have volunteers that will help. So if you have concerns about that, reach out and let us know. But I want to give you some confidence about the ability for mobility issues. So we're very sensitive to that, and I just want you to know that I think you're going to be able to make your way around. Transportation is generally fairly accommodating for anybody who's got mobility issues, as are the facilities. So just if that is a concern for you.
And I'll just offer in regards to that, Miriam, too, as well, that that's part of some of the questions we ask when you register, that if you do have any accessibility challenges or any concerns or any needs, to please let us know, and we will ensure to provide the transportation from the Rotary booked hotels. So that's something that when mentioned earlier, Miriam, that Marilyn mentioned around transportation, those are some of the key points that are important for us to know, where you're staying and what supports can we offer to you. You do need to be in an RI hotel, but that's an important piece.
There was a question about overseas Rotarians who are trying to secure visas, and if we have any influence to help out.
We are working on that, and the team, which is Bryn and our convention team and Rotary International, have provided a pathway for people to use to apply for visas, and there is work that's being done to support them. We are mindful that there are certain situations, unfortunately, we may not be able to support, but there's definitely some work that's happened in that area.
Awesome. Thanks, Tracy.
There was a question about the breakout sessions and when people could sign up for them. I'm assuming this is like all other conventions, that the breakout sessions are first come, first serve. So if there's something you really want to participate in, you need to get yourself there early enough so that you will get a seat in the room. So I'm assuming I'm correct on that. Is that correct, Tracy?
It is very correct.
Can I
Yes.
just mention that there is a link to the breakout session and schedules, and RI, I think for the first time, has started populating those for us. So you will now see when they are able to lock them down. They're actually starting to put them out now. So highly encourage people to go and look at. Again, we've got it on the HOC link. You can find it on the RI link, but do take advantage of that and start to see, you know, who they are able to now announce that the breakouts that have been established. So it's dynamic. They're going to keep populating it. Yeah, for all of us.
And as Bryn said, the featured speakers are still, there's several out there who just haven't signed contracts. So keep going back to see who's coming. But I think we'll probably all be very pleased with the outcome and have some exciting people to hear while we're there.
Tracy, what's the
Yes.
weather like in June?
Oh my gosh, Calgary is amazing. It is warm. We don't have a lot of humidity. So temperature wise, you may be between the 20, 25 degrees in Celsius. I will be open. We do have also be known to get snow every month of the year, but I'm sure we can make that not happen for this year. And for those that have not experienced snow, it might be an opportunity to experience. We are mindful. Sorry, go ahead.
I didn't think we told people about that.
Oh, sorry. I guess I let the, yes. We had a beautiful snow yesterday for all that are with us, and it's already melted. It's just amazing. But, you know, June is a beautiful time. It is probably one of the most incredible moments you can enjoy, from all the flowers blooming. What it looks like in the mountains is just stunning. The fields. I live west of the city. I'm in the Rolly Hills, and I share with you, it is just magical driving through the communities, and you see these rolly hills, and you see the cattle, and you see the farming, and you'll see the crops that are starting to bloom. It's really magical. So if anyone loves photography, it's the time to come, because you will capture some of the most amazing moments. And even if it's just with your iPhone, or if it's another camera of sort, you will be able to capture pretty magical moments of photography.
Robert's got a great question about arriving at the airport and not having your registration package yet. How do you get downtown?
Great question. So we will have volunteers that will be welcoming you at the airport. You will not have access to the city transit until you get registered. So as soon as you get downtown, get registered, get your pass. Till then, we do know there's Ubers and taxis have all been made aware. There is also transportation from some of the hotels directly. They have their shuttle buses. So my encouragement to you is look at your hotel and inquire around what is the shuttle bus or opportunities from getting from the airport to your venue. Again, there's great conversations happening right now with all the taxi companies. I was on with RI this morning, and they have already put out a notice that's gone out to all the taxi companies and all the Ubers, so that you will have access to transportation, but you just don't get your registration and pass with that transit pass until you register. So be sure to get down and register quick.
Can I just talk on here instead of typing in the question? So the 21st, is that when registration officially starts?
I think it is.
That's
I believe.
yeah,
I
Saturday.
think it is Saturday.
Great question, Janelle. Thank you.
I think Janelle is going to be our dance leader. That's what I'm kind of thinking. She's going to be our dance leader.
Yeah, so the reason why I love dance, I'm a dancer, so that's what I do. So I mean, amongst other things, but yeah, I love to dance to anything
Okay.
really.
Okay. We're hooking you in.
We'll play a moment here before we leave. Have a little more of our Alberta bound. Mm.
So Michael, if you arrive at your hotel late Friday night, you'll have to pay to get to the registration on Saturday. Yes, it depends where I guess part of it depends on where you're staying. If you're staying right downtown, walking to the convention campus is going to be relatively easy for you. Downtown is it's compact. Stampede Grounds is kind of in the middle of the city, so it's close to the downtown core. So should be easy for you to get there. And I see some Robert's commented that some of the action groups meet on Thursday, Friday. Do you have a list of these events on the website, i.e. WASH? We don't, but thank you for flagging that because that's a conversation that we should be having.
Can I just also, Darcy, just want to speak about using the C train for a moment?
Sure.
So as I mentioned, I live outside of the city, and I have a C train stop just about 7 miles from me. So I'll drive to that C train stop, and I can get from west of the city out towards the mountains down into downtown within about 10 minutes. It's quick, direct, it's a great and easy to use. And so for those that are in some of the hotels that may be along a C train, I encourage you to check it out because it is so quick and easy to use and it's not expensive. So if you need to access to get downtown to the Stampede Ground in prep of register, it's only a few dollars. I think the most I paid is $4 to get by accessing through the C train. So just something to think about when you're preparing. I always believe it's important to be prepared before I go into a community. I know when I went to Atlanta, even when I was in Toronto and even in Singapore just recently, I researched in advance. And I'm going to encourage all of you to do the same. Check out where your hotel is, check out where to access if you're close to the C train, because it'll get you down for registration quite quickly.
Also, people in the United States should think about, do you want to have do an exchange from US to Canadian currency before you come, and doing that with your own home local bank, or whether you want to do that at the airport when you get there. But think about, is there some Canadian cash you want to have in your pocket? And a reminder that they don't use dollar bills, they use loonies, which is $1, and toonies, which is a $2 coin. So, and also you did away with pennies a long time ago. So
We did.
so.
I see a question here that, if you don't mind, I'll address. It says, thanks. Is it safe to walk downtown? And I would say it absolutely is. And we're very cognizant about people coming into the city. So what we are also doing is we're going to have what's called wayfinding. And there will be volunteers and lots of, I'll call it pageantry, to direct you from anywhere in the downtown to the complex. And there will be people along the way to help. So you don't need to worry about that. The downtown, if you're thinking about in the night and in the social aspects, you're very safe. You don't need to worry about that. And I would say that, for those who are our American friends, Calgary has one of the largest American populations outside of the United States. We have been friends and partners for a very long time, especially in Alberta. So I do want you to know that we're here to welcome you and be very excited that you're coming, and you won't have to worry truly about finding your way around. We're experts at this. We do Stampede since 1912. We have 1 million people that go through our gates. The G7 comes to our city. So I just want to welcome you. You're going to have a wonderful time, and anything you need, we're here to make it happen for you.
I was going to say about public transportation too. My fondest memories of conventions usually have something to do with public transportation. I met a most amazing Peace Scholar on a bus in Salt Lake City. I organized a friendship exchange to Australia on a ferry boat, getting to the convention venue. I've met people from around the world. So sometimes you're better off being on public transportation because you never know who you're going to meet. And when it comes to Rotarians, all you have to do is see the Rotary wheel and suddenly you strike up a conversation. And at this convention, it'll probably be our white hats.
I have to share something that happened to me in Singapore. We were at the Singapore convention and we had left to go and have a lunch at one of the beautiful facilities close to the venue. I was sitting by myself with my white hat on for about 10 minutes. There was a gentleman across from the table, across at another table at the restaurant, that saw the white hat and he kept looking at me. And finally he came over and said to me, "Are you from Calgary?" I said, "Yeah, I am." And he said, "Well, I'm from Calgary, but I was a youth exchange student, and I was a youth exchange student in Germany, and I am now have moved to Singapore. I didn't know all these Rotarians were going to be here." And so it was one of the most amazing experience that this young soul connected with me. I got to meet his wife, his children, and I've invited him now to join us in Calgary for the convention, because what a beautiful moment for all of us to come together. But it was this white hat that attracted him while I was sitting there, and he connected. And he connected because he knew I was a Rotarian, which was really beautiful. So you just don't know. You just don't know what may happen or who you may run into, but it is truly one of those moments of magic that takes place at a convention. And that's just an example of one that happened to me here just recently in Singapore.
If
So
I
are
may,
there any more questions out there?
I'm just going to hitchhike on to Miriam's comments about the welcoming attitude and friendship of not only Alberta and Calgary Rotarians, but Canadians in general. A question I've been asked several times in the last 2-3 weeks is the thought of whether Americans will be welcome in Canada given our current political climate. So we want to assure that we pass on to all of our colleagues in the U.S. that we're not in Canada holding any grudges against the American people. Obviously, there are some differences on the political side of things, but we're non-political, we're non-religious. So as long as someone doesn't start spewing out political garbage, they're going to be very welcome in Canada, no matter what part of the USA they're from. So let's pass that word on, because I know there's people concerned about that. Some are a little bit nervous to ask until you pump it out of them. And so that's just a comment that may be on people's mind, but not being asked. The other one is Janelle had a question about participating in the official Calgary experience if you're a volunteer. So Janelle, if you're volunteering and you want to be at the House of Friendship or at the conference venue, you need to be a registered participant in the conference. If you want to volunteer and you're not a registered participant at the conference, then you might be stationed to work at a hotel lobby or at the airport. But there's no such thing as volunteering and getting free registration to the conference, which is a trick that I know some have had when I've been on the convention committees in the past.
She's a
Doug, you were
dancer.
so great.
We may
Sorry.
lasso her into the grandstand.
I know volunteers sometimes they know more, you know what I mean? And it's like maybe I'll just be a volunteer just so I'm knowledgeable.
We're here for you.
Well, I want to just really express gratitude to everyone. We had said we would try to be done by, close to the top of the hour, but we want to just leave a couple minutes for any last questions, and then also as well, any last reflections before we go into our moment of just celebrating what we have up and coming. Well, Darcy, I want to thank you for monitoring the chat. It looks like we've gotten all the questions. We've taken time. So as we get ready to head off here tonight, just want to take a moment here and just 2 seconds. apologize. I'm using a couple screens at once here. So there we go. Let's take a moment to enjoy.
The sign said 40 miles to Canada. My truck tore across Montana. Ian Tyson sang a lonesome lullaby. And so I cranked up the radio, 'cause there's just a little more to go before I cross the border at that sweetgrass sign. I'm Alberta bound, it's a piece of heaven that I found. Rocky Mountains and black fertile ground, everything I need beneath that big blue sky. It doesn't matter where I go, this place will always be my home. Yeah, I've been Alberta bound for all my life, and I'll be Alberta bound till I die.
Thank you so much, everyone. It is absolutely a pleasure to have been with you tonight. We are so excited to welcome you, and we know you are all Alberta bound. Take care, everyone.
And reach out if you have questions.
Take care.
Take
See you
care.
later.
Thank you.
The world needs more Rotary.
Yes. Let's do this, folks.
Well done.
Yahoo! Let's
Yeah.
do it.